What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Brittany.
And it's your girl, Bree.
And this is Listen Sis, your favorite podcast.
All right, today, y'all, we have a special topic. I know I say every week that we have a special topic, but this one kind of hit a little different.
Different right here. It's going to hit.
It may ruffle a little feathers a little bit.
It may ruffle some feathers, but guess what, y'all? Sometimes it takes some ruffling some feathers for us to do the checking of ourselves.
So, the title of this episode is Check Yourself.
Check yourself. Check yourself.
Check yourself.
This gonna be good, y'all.
Really good. So, I could go ahead and start out by telling y'all what I like to do when I check myself. So I do what is called a self-evaluation check. And what this does is it helps me keep a balance and, self-regulation. I pay attention to, before I say anything to anybody, I pay attention to what I'm saying or how I'm saying or how I want to say it before I deliver it to that person. Because delivery matters when you're talking to people. So no matter if it's a child, I may be older than that child, but that child has feelings.
That's right.
Even to our elders, we still have to watch how we speaking to them. So I just like to constantly do in everything that I do what I call a self-evaluation check all the time. It helps me out.
That's good, sis. And I like the fact that you said you have to watch how you deliver, because sometimes we get caught up in how we're feeling at the moment. And we have to realize that you can't get so caught up in how you're feeling, because it could be that you don't know whoever you have to have a conversation with, whether it's a child or your friend or your mother, family, or whoever. You don't know what that other person is dealing with mentally. So for myself, I like to think of what is the other person's mental capacity at that moment. Before I go to them or when I get ready to go to them, I may say, Bree, do you have the mental capacity for us to have this conversation that I need to have with you?
Because I need for it to be receptive.
I need for it to be receptive, understood, and not to be taken personally. But I want it to be received and loved. And it could be that you having a bad day, or whoever you're dealing with, they could be having a bad day. They could be stressed out. It could be things going on at work if they have children. You just don't know what people deal with on a day-to-day basis. And it could, like I said, it could be something that they're dealing with internally. And just because a person looks like everything is okay, that does not mean that person is okay. Some people wear it well, and some people look like what they go through. Right. Now, and some people have a great way of hiding it. I wouldn't consider myself one of those people that I would say I look like I don't what I haven't been through, but sometimes I have a good way of hiding it.
Me too.
Me too. And y'all, it's not good to hide.
No,
because you only do more self-damage to yourself. Whether that is it's going to be internally, because you're not fully being yourself. You're not being true to yourself by expressing those emotions, but you're holding them in. And it could be that it may be externally. So when some people are going through, some people may eat, some people may cry, some people may not eat. Those are just some examples, and I know that there are other examples. Some people hair may come out, some people may break out. I have had that issue where I'm breaking out because I'm so stressed out.
I can definitely speak on that experience. Mine started out as a kind of heat rash, because I was doing like band camp. Since I'm a dance coach, whatever I do, band camp, and that heat rash turned into a stress/anxiety mechanism per se, and I was scratching my skin, digging in my skin, literally,
and not even knowing you're digging.
But since you witnessed me doing it,
but you just keep scratching and you're scratching, and I can witness to this because this was something that I witnessed Bree going through.
Mm-hmm.
But Bree didn't even know that
Mm-mm.
I had been through this. It's been some years ago, but me not knowing that I was stressed out,
Mm-hmm.
I found myself where I was itching all over.
Yeah.
And I thought I was having an allergic reaction.
Yeah.
So I went to the doctor, and no, this is bound to be, this is stress.
Right. And she had to tell me to stop.
Stop
Literally,
it.
she
Stop
said,
digging.
stop digging. And I was like, child, I didn't even know I was scratching my arms, y'all. So when you constantly, going through things and you're not doing, you're not knowing what you're saying, how it's affecting the other person, can really harm them. And back to what sis was saying, how watch what you're saying and all of that. You don't know, like you said, what that person going through that moment, but what you say may send them over the edge, y'all.
Yes.
It may be that one straw, so they felt like they could come and confide in you or whatever, or felt like you were going to be able to help them. But what you said, and since you were so tired, you was irritated, you probably had a bad day, because everybody have things going on. Your comment could have been that one comment that sends them over the edge. And we have to be cautious about doing that, because I know we all get caught up in our feelings. We all get caught up in what we feel like at that moment. But we have to be understanding and show empathy. Put yourself in the other person's shoes, y'all. Because you have to say, okay, well, will I want to talk to myself like this? Will I be able to receive how I'm saying and what I'm saying? Coming from somebody else. And no, you wouldn't. Just be honest, you wouldn't. Because sometimes we talk to each other so cruel. Sometimes we're careless, heartless. And that's not the way that we're supposed to be.
That's not how you're supposed to handle people. And let's be real, y'all. Nobody is perfect. So we may have handled some situations in not the best way. But it took for those situations to happen for us to check ourselves.
Right. Before we wrecked ourselves.
Before we wrecked ourselves.
Right.
Y'all know the song, check yourself before you wreck yourself. That is a true statement, because if you keep on wanting to put how you feel in the front line, but not thinking about how the other person behind you feel. Right. And you know what they're saying is, when you point your finger, if I point my finger at my sis, I'm having 4 other fingers pointed back at me. So don't think because I'm pointing at her that I'm getting my point across. But I also have to take a look and see the fingers that being pointed at me. And I need to hold myself accountable. Right. Because I'm not always right. Because I have to realize Bree is a human being. Whoever you're speaking to is a human being. And like you said, they have feelings. And we may not know what can send a person over the edge. Right. And you don't want to be that person to send somebody over the edge, because you don't know. Like I said, that person may have anxiety. That person may be suffering depression. Right. That person could be suffering from having panic attacks. They could be suffering from they could have some other things going on. We don't know. They may have bipolar schizophrenia. Right. These are just some examples. And we just don't know if they may take them over the edge, or and we're piling stuff on people. We're piling it and we're piling it and we're piling it. Y'all, that's not good to do. It's not good to keep piling things, because we don't want people to pile things on us. Yes. We don't want that.
And that also comes with a self check yourself moment, because think about, that person already got their issues and stuff going on. They may not speak on it. They may not tell you what's going on, but they have their stuff going on. So with you coming and piling more stuff on them, check yourself and make sure that you're not putting all your issues and all your situations and stuff on other people, because that's not healthy for them, because of what they may be going through mentally or physically. It just all depends. Emotionally,
spiritually. You just don't
know. Then you don't know if your things may be a trigger to them.
Never know.
You don't know.
You don't know that.
You don't know. So we must be cautious and be aware of what we doing. And you know what? Sis, I be thinking, like, especially when, say for instance, you have a confrontation with somebody, or you have a conversation with somebody,
Right.
and you're saying, well, you not listening to me, and I need this, I need this, I want this, and I want that, I. Okay, but what about them?
What about them?
You focus on you. You focus on all of your needs. They have needs too.
That's right.
They have things that they, may not be able to express because they don't have room to even express because you doing all the talking and complaining.
That's right.
So you need to do a self-check, self-evaluation check. Check yourself.
Definitely.
Let me tell you something. Y'all see this right here? Looking at right there. And see if you are satisfied with the person that you see in this mirror. Are you satisfied?
Are you?
Or do you feel like you need to take, I know. When we be saying take several seats. When y'all tell somebody else to take several seats, maybe you need to take several seats. Take several seats.
Take several seats. Sit yourself
or take
down.
A seat. Sit back, and then also it's like, if y'all keep having the same cycle patterns going over and over again, like, or if you dealing with somebody, friendships, relationships, whatever, and you constantly saying the same thing.
At some point, you're gonna be like, okay,
well, where is
at what point do you hold yourself accountable?
Yes,
you must hold yourself accountable, because if you're in a pattern, and I would hope that you have those friends around you that's gonna hold you accountable. But if you don't have those friends around you, you may need to get you some more friends. First of all, you may need to check your circle, because if you have a circle of friends that do not hold you accountable, you just need another friend group, because we are all adults and we need to be held accountable for our actions and what we do.
Definitely.
Because accountability, you're gonna be held accountable for everything that you do. You're gonna be held accountable for your work ethics. You're gonna be held accountable in friendship, relationships. So accountability is major in that self-evaluation.
Yeah.
Because you control you.
You do.
You're the only person that's controlling you. So if you don't have the self-awareness to keep yourself in check, then it's good to have those people around you that's gonna say, you out of line.
You out of line.
I need you to fall back in line and get yourself together.
Right.
And you need no friends that gonna tell you about yourself.
And be honest and straight up with you.
And straight up. And y'all, sometimes, like, what we're saying is for checking yourself, that when a friend, if this is a friend or a true friend, or I'm gonna say a true friend, if that person comes to you and tells you something or tell you where you're wrong, y'all do not take it personal. A lot of things are constructive criticism. You can't take it personal, because sometimes a lot of the times when people don't want to be held accountable, it's because nobody ever held them accountable. So then they feel like you're attacking them when you tell them that they're wrong, how they're handling you. They're wrong on how they're trying to check you or trying to tell you how you need to handle a situation. But
can't nobody tell you how to feel.
Nobody can tell you how to feel. So therefore, if someone is trying to trying to steer you in the right direction, don't take it personal, but take it as constructive criticism, because somebody may need to check you. Maybe that's the person that needs to check you for you to change. Right. Maybe you needed that person to check you for you to change,
because you could possibly be the problem.
You could be the problem, and everybody listen. If you keep hopping from friend group to friend group, from friend group to friend group, or if you're just a person where it's everybody else, no, you have to take a look in the mirror, like my sister just said. You have to take a look in the mirror, and see where you are lacking, because there are areas that you're lacking in that you need to change.
And that is the whole purpose of you stepping back, stepping out of that moment for a second. And even when, say as you get into a heated conversation or something with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's heated. Before you holler up and say, I hate you, or as you say something that you will regret,
yes.
Hey, just step back for a minute and be like, hey, can you give me 5 minutes? I need time. Can you give me 10 minutes? But take that step back so that you can get yourself together. Work on what you're going to say so you can process it so it can be receptive and heard and it can get through to their heart and their brain. Not for them to be like a backsplash in the kitchen when the water hitting and it pop off and go back in. That's not what we're trying to do.
Right.
We're trying to be like a fence, or a gated fence, to where when the water go out there, it's going straight through to the other side, but not a backsplash to the sea, or a brick wall.
Yeah.
We're not trying to do that. And the more, if you're dealing with somebody who already has some issues and stuff going on, if they already got a wall built up anyway, you instead of giving them bricks, to keep piling up, and they'll never be able to knock one of the bricks down because you keep adding on negativity to the situation, and that's not what we're trying to do. We're not trying to do that.
Not trying to do that. You have to check. You have to, like we said, you got to check yourself. You got to know how to read the room. Because let's be honest. Like we said, you have to know when to have that conversation. That conversation may not be meant to have right then and there. You got to read the room, and you got to know when. And it's best to get that person to themselves and then have that conversation. Don't have a conversation within a group and say things, because guess what? Those things can be hurtful. Like we said again, you don't know what that person is dealing with or those issues. You have to be cautious of words that come out of your mouth, because one thing about it, words hurt.
And
words hurt worse than when somebody put their hands on you. Right. Because a person could put their hands on you, beat you, and hit you. You'll remember that. You'll remember that hit. You'll remember that bruise. But you mentally, psychologically, you're gonna remember those words that a person said to you.
Playing in your head.
And you cannot, words you don't forget.
Right.
You don't forget a hit either. But words you do not forget.
They just hit words. Just hit a little different. You know how when they say sticks and stone may break my bones,
but words will never hurt me. Yes, they do. Words definitely hurt. You remember those things, like I said, psychologically, because there are things that you remember as a child.
Yeah.
That you can remember vaguely to this day.
Yes.
And so that's very important. And your heart posture.
Yes.
Your heart posture has to be in the right place, because that's what God looks at.
He looks at,
and God knows the motives that's within that person, or where that person is coming from.
Right.
And eventually, if that person does not change or check themselves or have that self-evaluation check, guess what? They go lead themselves on a road where they're going to be alone. Because they're going to be alone. Ain't nobody going to deal with them. Ain't nobody going to want to deal with them. They won't have any friends.
They're going to say,
the family won't have to bond.
They don't know how to talk to nobody. We can't invite them because they don't know how to talk to nobody.
Or they always starting things. Or they're always negative.
Negative Nancy.
Negative Nancy. No, check
Let me
yourself.
tell you something. Y'all, when I tell you I can't stand negativity, I will pull myself away so fast. Like I was talking about before, I don't have a problem. And it took me a while to get there because I was doing that people pleasing stuff and just wanting to make sure that everybody's happy, whatever. But bump that, my sanity, my peace, that negativity got to go. Pull myself back. I don't care.
Negativity.
I'm telling you. So, but if you are coming at me the wrong way, I'll pull myself away. Even, still, because, and then if it's constant, I know where your heart is. So, and even with me saying this, I would still step back and do a self-evaluation check because just to make sure that I'm fair to the situation.
That's right.
Because we can't keep saying I and you know what I'm saying, pointing the fingers. But yeah, it's just we just have to make sure that we're being aware and paying attention. But let me ask you this: have you had a experience to where you had to kind of do a self-evaluation check?
Yes, because in that moment when the situation occurred, this situation occurred around friends. And
how that make you feel at that moment?
At that moment, what was said to me made me feel it was hurtful. And I didn't understand where did it come from, because me and this person had never had any disagreements, or I just didn't know where it came from. So when it was said to me, the comment that was said to me, it was from a hurtful. I felt like it was from a hurtful place. And I was just confused, hurt, confused, and I wanted to know. And so then when I had the conversation to the person, I called the person, made sure everything was okay to have this conversation. When I had this conversation, it was then like, I told this person, I did tell this person that I started to say something else, because people catch you off guard. People, like we said, people don't know what you're dealing with, what you got going on, and sometimes that other side of you, that nook if your book come out. So the nook of your book rolls up, but then I had to simmer down. This ain't the time, and this ain't the place.
Boy.
Calm yourself down and have a conversation at the right time.
An adult
conversation. We're not trying to figure out who can shout the loudest or yell the loudest or fuss. Go back and forth. We're not doing that, because we're too grown for that.
Right.
And when I had the conversation, it was more so of, I felt like I was wrong for expressing how I truly felt. And that's not okay. No. Why should I hide my feelings for you hurt me? So now I'm crazy to believe that I'm wrong for telling you as a friend how I felt. That's not okay.
It's not.
And I think it was because it was lack of accountability.
Yeah.
And as a friend, I'm going to hold you accountable. Yeah. We're going to agree to disagree. That does not mean that I don't love you. But you'll know that you can't come at me like that again. You're going to think about it twice before you do it again. Check yourself.
Yeah. Check yourself. Definitely.
And guess what? I have had to check myself. This conversation is something that we have had to have with ourselves over the years.
Yes.
Where we didn't get like this overnight. No, definitely get like this overnight. This took therapy. This took a whole lot of Jesus. This took a whole lot of talking to ourselves in the mirror. This took a whole lot of journaling. This took a whole lot of people calling us out when we're wrong.
Yeah.
And those type of people, you appreciate them. You appreciate you going through that process of getting to a point where you're able to be mature. You're able to have those adult conversations. You're able to come from a place where you know that what you're saying to the person, you're not only thinking about how it's delivered, but how it's gonna make them feel. Like I said, that heart posture, it makes a difference.
Yep.
And it's just not coming from a hurtful place, but it's coming from a place of, I love you, but I also want to tell you this is how I feel in the moment, and vice versa. They tell you how they feel.
And you know what? It also depends on the tone that you use.
That's right.
It all depends on your
body language.
Because if you wring your neck and
the hands going,
baby, how I feel,
good grabbing air, you know,
because I got beef. Y'all, do y'all know what this look like?
Cut the hand.
What? All of that, baby. Stop before you break your neck.
Calm down.
Calm down.
It's okay.
Let me tell you, because silence
is a killer. Is a killer.
So you know, with all that, with depending on how you feel, you might not have to do all of that. And I can speak from, not with this situation, but relationally, when it comes to how things are delivered. I've definitely had my experience with me getting spoken to any type of way, and that caused me to shut down.
Oh yeah.
So with that constantly being said to me, it caused me to not be able to speak up for myself, and that led into that people pleasing over the years, to where I had to take, look at myself and be like, why you keep, apologizing when you didn't do nothing wrong?
You did nothing wrong.
You did nothing wrong. So it's like, how they, how the delivery, what they were telling you kind of made you feel some type of way. So now you are looking at yourself differently, and you're like, well, what did I do? So over the years, you're like, no, I need to make the adjustments and start to speak up, but speak up in the proper and correct way.
That's right.
So yeah, you have a self-evaluation checks to where you have to look and make the adjustment, say, is it me? Am I the problem? But then on the other hand, do you need to make the adjustments to say, okay, now is the time for me to start standing up for myself and speaking up for myself, but in a good way, in a receptive way. That's and not a bashful hatred type way. So so yeah,
that's good.
So that was my experience.
Most definitely. I can definitely, attest to the saying I'm sorry. When I haven't done anything wrong, because again, that's been, you're being concerned about others, so you're being an empath at that point where you're more concerned about how others are feeling, but you leave how you feel on the back burner. And what they say when you go on the plane, something going on happening on the plane, you put your face mask on first before you put somebody else's on. So you have to make sure you take care of you and your feelings and how you're feeling, and checking yourself and everything before you're so caught up in other people. It's good. It's a good thing. It's also a bad thing. Because people will use that your kindness for your weakness, and they will use your silence for manipulation. They will like manipulation. They will manipulate you and feel like that you're weak. They think that you're weak. They think that they can walk all over you because you're silent. You won't say much, but don't get it twisted in a person's silence.
But then, what what that issue is when you being silent. Not once did the person that made you feel that way ask how are you feeling? How are you truly feeling?
How you truly feeling? I'm sorry. Or even want to have a conversation with you of how they have offended you, or just
what can I
do to fix the problem? What can I do?
We're not even.
But again, we can only hold ourselves accountable. We cannot hold anyone else accountable. But that is why we have to check ourselves and be real with ourselves. To say, okay,
it's probably me.
Maybe I need to step back. I need to do the work.
Maybe I just need to be quiet.
And sometimes you just got to be quiet. Everything ain't meant to have a response.
No,
everything ain't. Y'all, and I know
it's hard.
I know it's hard. Yeah. It's hard for you to be quiet because you just want to say, But sometimes just be quiet. Because get what, y'all? Let me tell you something. You trying to seek any type of revenge, get back, or anything. Let me tell you something. It may feel good for you to get back to that other person in the moment, but you end up hurting yourself.
You hurt yourself worse.
You hurt yourself worse. But let me tell you, it's somebody that hit harder than what you can hit.
Hit way harder.
He gonna hit so hard, baby. You ain't gonna have to. You ain't gonna see it coming.
Cause let me tell you, this is what it is. I know somebody who's like a seatbelt.
But
he is a seatbelt to where if you crash up against the wall, no matter what you got coming out, he got you restrained and shielded.
Baby, full armor on you. Full armor
protecting you from everything. So no matter what come up, you don't have to do nothing.
You ain't got to do
nothing. Like how
just stay still.
Be still and know.
Be still and
know.
But
listen, just like how you are restrained in this seat right now, and you're seated, just let him do
it. Just stay planted. I know it's hard, and I know you want to get up, and I know you may want to say some things. You may want to do something, but y'all, listen. Sometimes you gotta know how to fight your battle.
Yeah.
And the best way to fight your battle is to let Big G fight your battle for you. Now there is still some work that you have to do for yourself, but some things, a lot of the things, you gotta let Big G handle for you.
Because I can definitely attest to that. I've definitely had different situations to where people have done things, said things, all that type of stuff, and I'm like, oh, I just wanna, y'all be ready to.
Oh yeah. It's so much
I go and get back.
It's so much I want to say. It's so much I want to do.
But it just be Big G be like, no, baby girl, I got this. You know, let me handle this situation.
God say vengeance is his.
I promise you, y'all might think that it's gonna take forever for that revenge to come, baby. It be within a snap of a finger. I'm telling you.
And then also, a lot of the times, don't sit back and think. God may not have it where you gonna see it. Don't worry about if that person gonna get that get back. Don't worry about when it gonna happen. Don't worry about, oh, it should have happened by now. That ain't for you to determine.
Cause now you stressing yourself.
And why you getting in God's way? That ain't what you supposed to do.
What we said when we get here, we
gonna crash
and we gonna crash.
Yeah. So when it comes to that, don't sit around and wait for no get back. You wish them well. You wish them all the best, and you press on forward. You press forward because you can't change nobody.
Ain't nobody got time to be sitting there thinking about.
Stop thinking you can change people. Because God is the only somebody that can change anybody.
Listen, and the thing is, they're making you feel like that they got power
over you
because you sitting up here constantly thinking about whether or not they get back. Let them folks go about their business.
Let them go and say,
whoever it
bless
is.
you. Whatever it is, whoever they are, whatever it is, y'all wish them the best. Wish them the best. God bless you. And go on about your business. Don't worry. When I say don't worry about it, y'all, it ain't for you to worry about. It's not for you to worry about. Never allow a person to feel like they have, like you said, that much power over you or that much control over you and your life. Go on. Go on with your life.
Go ahead and jump that
and forget them folks. Forget them folks. Forget them and forget them folks.
Yeah.
Like my girl, Latoya Okia. Shout out to Latoya Okia again. Y'all go follow Latoya Okia on her page on YouTube. But Latoya Okia said, forgive them, love them from a distance, and forget them folks.
Forget them. You definitely got to forgive them.
And guess what? If you see them, hey, how you doing?
Better yet, don't even worry about it. Just act like they don't even exist.
Or you can act like they don't exist.
But it's up to you.
It's up to you how
you're going to handle that situation. And then have the time it'll be a test. If Big G will put you in a situation to see how you going to handle it, to see if you're ready for the bigger thing that he got for you. But you still stuck on this little small thing. Baby, let that mess go.
Listen, because guess what?
You're holding yourself back.
Big G said he'll prepare what? A table before you. Before you. So y'all listen. Let Big G fight it for you. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Love from a distance. Pray for them or whatever you need to do. But only you can check you. You can't check. You can't change nobody else. Is what I'm trying to say. But make sure you check yourself
before you wreck yourself.
It's that simple, y'all. And like I said, I know I didn't get like this overnight. I have not been the perfect person. No. I'm still not a perfect person. I am a work in progress daily. But the key to it is admitting admitting where your faults are and doing the work to become a better person. It doesn't matter where you were last year. No. It don't matter where you were yesterday. Every day that you get up and God bless you to see another day is another day for you to get it right. And to become a better self for yourself.
Yeah, it's just a growth. Like to be able to see yourself grow. Me and Steve, we were just talking about this the other day. We was like, dang, we have definitely grown. Like even with us, if we feel like we come across each other wrong, or you know what I'm saying, and it won't sit well with us because we will send a message and be like, "Hey sis,
check quick.
I'm sorry. I don't know if you feel any type of way, but I just want to let you know that I apologize.
I'm sorry.
Or I'm sorry if I made you feel any type of way." And that's coming from being grown about the situation, being woman enough to admit that you know that you was wrong, or if you, even when you felt like you was wrong, you know, you're able to talk and have a conversation, and it's understood on both ends.
And it's okay to say that you're sorry. It's okay. Sometimes you gotta put that pride aside, because pride will be the killer. You have to put the pride aside, and you have to say, I'm sorry, I was wrong, and that's conviction. And God bring on that conviction. You get that unction, Holy Spirit telling you, you need to go to that person and tell that person that you are sorry. And we're going to hope that that person will forgive you. You know, we want grace to be extended to us and mercy to be extended to us. So we have to allow ourselves to extend grace and mercy to other people, regardless to what the situation is, how it got handled, whatever the case may be. Release them folks, release the stress. Release it. Forgive. Love from this.
How about this? Stop, drop, and roll. Stop what you're doing.
Stop what you're doing.
Drop that bag.
Drop that bag and roll on to the next thing. And roll on to the next thing. And that's good.
That's it.
That's all you got to do, y'all. But check yourself before you wreck yourself and you go off on a deep end and you go down a path that you don't want to go down, y'all, because you can't prevent it. Some things are prevented and some things are already orchestrated. God, and only God does that orchestrating. But sometimes we can put things on ourselves. We can bring things upon ourselves because you gonna reap what you sow. You sow good seeds, you gonna reap. You gonna reap the harvest. But if you sow bad seeds, it may not be this year, next year, 10 years from now.
What they say, lay on the bed that you make.
You lay down. I don't forget how to say
but
it. You make your bed. You make a hard bed. You make your bed. You gotta lay in it or something like that. Y'all know what we're talking about.
Yeah,
but
let me not even try to fix it.
That's it. But no. If you make your bed, you have to lie in it. So however that bed is, if it's,
because some of y'all laying on box springs. But okay, moving along. But y'all,
Jesus,
y'all living that box spring life.
My Lord,
I need me a cushion.
What
they call therapeutic mattress.
Baby, a therapeutic mattress, baby, where you can go lay down and be comfortable and can sleep and rest well,
at peace, baby,
and be at peace.
Ain't nobody trying to be springy. Boxed,
making all that noise. Good, just making all that doggone noise. Just like, y'all.
We finna go.
But y'all, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Y'all, we hope that this message is what it is. Right? If it convicts you, we hope that we said something that could bless you for you to check yourself. We being checked while we talk right now. So we get listen, the messengers are getting checked while we delivering. You see what I'm saying? So do the work, and y'all, it doesn't happen overnight. We all a work in progress. We all striving to be like Big G. We could never be God, but we strive to be more like him every day. All right, y'all. So we hope that y'all receive that in love. We hope that you guys take this message and share it with whoever you feel that can benefit from this message, y'all. The messages that we give, y'all, we actually allow God to steer us in the direction that we need to go, y'all. God is doing something. He's doing a shift, y'all. And when the shift occurs, you gotta go with it.
And not only that, while we're telling y'all these things, we're talking to ourselves too, because we're not perfect. We still trying to get it together ourselves.
We still trying.
So, we don't think that we just right here chilling and we trying to give our word and we not practicing what we preach.
We're practicing what we preach, y'all, and we're doing the work that we need to do.
Yeah.
And the thing is, doing the work so that you can be the best version of yourself that you can be. All right, y'all. So we're gonna finish. That concludes that. So check yourself before you wreck yourself. So if this is your first time here, before we close out an episode, we do like to end it with positive affirmations. Those positive affirmations, you speak over yourself, positive words over yourself, and you soon become those things that you say daily out of your mouth. If you want to say these things daily, if you want to say them when you watch this, I say you do them every day. You are what you become. All right? So y'all ready?
Ready.
All right. I am bold.
I am bold.
I am courageous.
I am courageous.
I am enough.
I am enough.
I am worthy.
I am worthy.
I am the light.
I am the light.
I always be the light, y'all. Be the light. I'm sorry, I got a little. Be the light. And always be your true and authentic self.
I am fearfully and wonderfully made.
And I'm fearfully and wonderfully made.
And always be.
And always be my true and authentic self.
All right, y'all. Make sure that y'all hit that subscribe button, notification button, put your alarms on. We're coming in live not live, but anyways, premiering every Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Time. But we thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see y'all next time.
Bye.